Welcome everyone to the video. Today we are gonna be back testing this strategy. So this one simple NASDAQ 100 NQ trading strategy makes $40,000 per month. So the strategy we are gonna be back testing today is actually called breakout exhaustion reversal. So the BER. So I actually came out with this strategy. So here is the overview of the strategy. So we want to take advantage of a strong price action momentum reversal. So typically this is gonna happen at the sessions like the New York Open at 9:30 with heavy volatility. Um, we are gonna be looking at the candlestick reversal. So we have the doji indecision, we have the shooting star, the bearish signal, we have the hammer candle, the hammer candlestick, which is the bullish signal candle. So if you don't know what this candle looks like, I'm gonna show you guys. So this is the shooting star. So usually when the stock price is like bullish or going up and we have like a shooting star candlestick, usually this symbolizes a reversal. And then if we have like a bearish momentum and we are looking to go long, usually we're going to be looking for the hammer candle, right? So if we come down here, this is going to be the hammer candle. So if we have a bearish price action and the price keeps going down and we're looking to go long and looking for reversal, so we're going to be looking for a hammer candle. And then the last candle here, which is the doji candle, usually it looks like this. We have the buyers trying to buy and we have the sellers trying to sell, but nobody is gonna win the battle. So usually this is symbolized by the price action being in the middle. So we have here a doji candle. And then the next step in the strategy is the risk reward. So usually for my strategy, I like going for a one-to-one or a 1-to-2 risk reward strategy, right? Because when I backtest and when I trade, usually my win rate is usually very high, about 80% plus win rate. Sometimes it goes to about 90%, but usually I'll just say it hovers around 80 to 85%. And then next up in the strategy, we have the prerequisites, right? So for this BER strategy, breakout exhaustion reversal, we want to see a strong impulsive candle breaking out to the upside or the downside on the M5. And I'm gonna be able to go through the chart and we're gonna do some backtesting and show you guys some examples. So the next prerequisite is to have multiple consecutive green or red candles in a row, right? So this just means we have a strong price action and we have price going up, 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 or if we have a bearish price action, the price is going down, 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 right? So we want to see multiple consecutive candles in a row. So this can be green candles for bullish signal, or this can be red candles for a bearish signal reversal, right? And the only exception we have here is usually if we have like one strong impulsive candle. So one strong impulsive candle just means we have very strong price action going on with just one candle, right? Uh, the next prerequisite is to have slowdown in momentum characterized by a doji candle, a shooting star, or a hammer candlestick, which I just showed you guys, right? So we have the hammer, we have the shooting star, or we have the doji, right? So we want to be able to see a slowdown in the momentum, right? So we have the price action going like very fast, and when we want to look for entry, we're looking to see the price action actually slow down because we don't want to short and then we have the price action just rip off, right, and stop us out. And then the next step is to have a fair value gap. So if you're familiar with ICT, a fair value gap just means there's an imbalance in the market, right? We had a price, we had orders that we're either broken up from the bullish order block from below and have a breakout, or we have price that actually broke down, right? A bullish order block from above. So we have an imbalance, which just means if we have one, two, three candles, we're gonna have a gap in between, right? So that just symbolizes we have an imbalance in price. So we actually want to be able to have a fair value gap from the impulsive candle that broke out uh, from the mini order block, right? I call it mini order block because usually when I'm looking at the charts with this strategy, I'm looking at the mini time frame, like the 5 minute time frame, or sometimes I can go to the 15-minute time frame, right? Because what we're doing here is we're actually going to be scalping, right? We're not trying to like swing trades and hold for the entire day or for multiple days. So we're just trying to catch uh, very quick trades, right? We're not trying to stay in the market for long. And then the next uh, process in the strategy is invalidation. So invalidation as things to look out for that are gonna make the strategy not be a high probability trade setup. So if we have weak, choppy, weaky ranging indecisive price action, or I'll add here in direction, right? So we have in direction, we don't have a strong movement in price. Like it can be going up, it can be coming down, but it's just ranging, right? And then sometimes we have impending red folder news. So if you go to forexfactory.com, I believe, that's where you can check usually if you're gonna have like some new economic data releases, right? Or sometimes for FOMC or um, other red folder news. So we're gonna be watching for this. So usually I don't like to trade when there's like a red folder news, right? And then also the New York session opens from 9:30. So this just means that the highest probability for our trade setups to actually work is between 9:30 to about 10:30 to 11 a.m., right? After 11 a.m. or even beyond 11:30, after market open, I don't like to trade, right? Because usually sometimes you're gonna get a fake out or the price action is not gonna be solid. So I just want to be able to avoid trading like after 11 or after 11:30 a.m. And then targets, for the targets, usually I'm trying to be in and out, so I'm just trying to scalp and take advantage of price inefficiency, right? Because when the market opens in the morning, remember the price action, it's just kind of like ranging, right? The price can like have a breakout and then comes back down and retest and then continues, right? So we're just trying to catch a few points. So usually I try to go for 20 to 40 points, depending on how the price action is for that trading day. But usually I like to set my take profits for 20 points, take profit 1, 20 points, take profit 2, 40 points, and so on, right? So let's dive into the back testing. So I'm just gonna bring my face down here. For the back testing, we're gonna do just 1 second. For the back testing, we're gonna back test. If you're watching this, today is actually the morning of Tuesday the 24th, right? So for this back testing, this strategy, we're gonna go back to last week, Monday the 16th, and we're gonna back test 5 days from Monday the 16th to Friday the 20th, right? So I'm just gonna choose Monday the 16th here, click go to, and then come down here. I'm gonna hit replay. So for the replay, I want to be able to go back uh, and select the date, right? So 16, and we are on the 5 minutes, right? So just bring this down here, and okay. Um, Guys, pardon me, this is just a new chart layout. This is not actually the layout I use to trade, so I don't have all my settings like optimized for this. But let me just quickly do something here. Okay, so we have our long and we have our short, right? So, and then also I'm using the sessions indicator, right? So for the sessions indicator, I have the New York session marked here from 9:30 and we want to stop trading at 11. So I have that set up. So if we come here, the time is about Sunday at midnight. So we're just gonna play this. Actually, let me increase the speed, right? Because we don't want to sleep here. So I'm just gonna go forward until we get to market open. So this is assuming this is Monday. So if we quickly fast forward, so this is 7 a.m. So I'm gonna switch the speed back to 1, right? This is 7:55 a.m. So we want to start backtesting at 9:30 market open, right? Okay, so this is market open, right? So the market is gonna open shortly at 9:30, right? Okay, so so right away at market open, we just broke out this level, right? So according to the strategy, if we go back, this is what we're looking for, the prerequisites. So we're going to be looking for a strong impulsive candle breakout to the upside or downside on the M5. So if we come here at this level, we have an impulsive breakout, right? So we have an impulsive breakout right here. Let me change the color. So we have an impulsive breakout. What is the next step? We want to see multiple consecutive green candles. In this case, is bullish, right? So we're going to be looking for multiple green candles, right? So, okay. So far we have one, two, we have an inside candle, kinder. We have three, four, and then the strategy says that we want to see a slowdown in momentum characterized by a doji, a shooting star, uh, sorry, a doji, shooting star, or a hammer candlestick at its peak, right? So we're going to be looking for a slowdown in the price action, and we're going to be looking for the first red candle in order to take our sell, right? So it looks like we have a strong bullish open, right? So far we have one, two, three, four. If we count the green candles at the bottom, we have five, six, right? So at this point, we're starting to see a slowdown in price action, right? So if we look at this candle here, we have long wicks to the top, right? So if we have long wicks to the top, what does this resemble? This resembles an inverted hammer, right? So we're looking for a slowdown in price action. So right now we have an inverted hammer candle. Okay, looks like we have our alert. Pardon me, guys. Okay, so what is our next step? Our next step is to take an entry if we have a first red candle here at the M5. So I'm just gonna open our short position tool and I'm just gonna do a little markup here, right? So we're just gonna put the stop loss to 20 points and take profit 1 is gonna be 20 points. Take profit 2 is gonna be 40 points, right? So I'm just gonna have this on the side, waiting for our entry, right? So our entry usually is when the first candle closes red, and we're gonna enter at the point where the candle closes red. So if I hit the next candle, ooh, we have a candle to the upside, right? So I'm not gonna enter right away, but I'm gonna watch to see what this next candle is gonna do. Okay, looks like we don't have a trade yet because the price action just keeps going up, right? So what time is it? This is 10:30. So if we approach 11 a.m. and we don't have a setup, so this is gonna be a non-trading day, right? So I'm just gonna keep going. And looks like we got to 11 a.m. and we don't have any trade setup, right? So we are not gonna force any trades. So we're gonna move on and go to the next day. So I'm just gonna make this auto, increase the speed, and we're just gonna go to the next trading day, right? So bring my face down here. So the next day is gonna be Tuesday, 9:30 market open, somewhere here. Okay, let's pause, switch the speed back to 1, and let's get to 9:30 market open. Okay, so this is 5 minutes to market open. So for the strategy, I'm just gonna recap. So we're gonna be looking for a breakout. We're gonna be looking for a breakout above this level, or we're gonna be looking for another, sorry, we're gonna be looking for another breakout below this level on the M5, right? So, okay, so looks like we're gonna get a bullish momentum. Oh, that was bearish. Okay, right away, um, go back to our strategy. So we have a strong impulsive candle breakout or breakdown to the downside in this case, right? So we have a strong at 9:30 open. We have a strong impulsive candle. So this one was a red candle, right? And remember, as part of the rules, we should get 3 consecutive green or red candles, or the exception we have is if we get one strong impulsive candle. So in this case, we have one strong red impulsive candle, right? Um, so we're gonna be looking for a buy entry in this case to take the reversal of this trade. So if we come here, where is our long? So we're just gonna set up our entry position. We're gonna set our stop loss to 20 points, and our TP1 is gonna be 20 points. TP2 is gonna be 40 points, right? So if we get the first green candle close after this bearish red impulsive candle to the downside at market open, we're gonna take a long entry, right? And ride this straight to the upside. So let's just watch and see how this 5 minute candle closes, right? So click the next candle. So in this case, we had a bullish close, right? So this was gonna be our entry right here. Our stop loss is 20 points, and we can see we hit our TP1 already in less than 5 minutes. And if we move this to 40 points target, let's see if we're gonna hit our TP2. And ladies and gentlemen, we just hit our TP2, right? Usually when I hit my TP1, I just move my stop to break even, right? Just to secure some profits. So to recap this strategy, right? We had a strong impulsive candle breakdown to the downside, which was the red candle. This one, we had a fair value gap from the impulsive candle that broke down. So if we look at the red candle, we had a gap right here, right? Uh, this little gap right here. If we go down to the 3-minute time frame, I think you're gonna be able to see this better. So see this candle that broke down? We have a gap right here, right here. And this was filled with the next 5-minute candle. So just to keep track of our back testing, so Monday we had no trades, right? Tuesday we had one trade, right? One win. And guys, the less you trade, the more you're gonna be able to be profitable, right? My personal rule is to be able to make no more than 2 trades. So if on one day I take one trade and it's a loss, I give myself one more chance, right? If there's another setup, I can re-enter. So that way I'm limiting myself from over trading. So we just had a winning trade on Tuesday, so we're just gonna move on to the next day, right? Wednesday. So I'm just gonna make this to play faster and go to the next day, next trading day, Wednesday the 18th, 9:30. And according to the chart, looks like we have our news. Looks like we have news here, but for the point of backtesting, I'm just gonna ignore that. Okay, switch down our speed, and looks like we are at 6 a.m. Okay. We are almost at 9:30. So 8:30, 9:05, 9:20. So I'm just gonna mark up my charts like before. Uh, so we're looking for a breakout here, and we're gonna look for a breakdown here at the 9:30 open, right? This is a swing high and this is a swing low. So that's why I draw my points or my lines here. So market opens 9:30. We have price action. Whoa, we have a massive candle to the downside, right? So we're gonna be looking to take a buy reversal. So okay, so right away we had a breakdown here. Sell stops got taken out. We have another sell stop area of liquidity here. It got taken out, so we're gonna look for a buy entry here, right? So I'm just gonna bring up my chart. I'm gonna mark my stop to 20 points and take profits to 20 points TP1 and take profit to TP2, right? And you can see we have a gap in between this level, right? If you look here, we have a gap to fill in between this level. Sometimes, usually, I don't just enter the trade right away. Um, let's say this green candle, the range is like 30 points in this case. I'm gonna wait to see if we can get a dip to 20 points, so that way I can control my risk. So Sometimes I'm gonna wait to see if there's a retracement 20 points below, so I can take another entry down here and then set my stop loss below this level, right? But on such a day when we have such a strong impulsive candle to the downside, it tells us like price action might not have a pullback, right? Because we have a lot of orders being executed when the price action is very impulsive like this. So we're gonna take a buy order here at the close of the green candle. We are only gonna stop out. Usually I don't set a fixed stop right away, right? Like I have a visual stop. So just in case the price action closes below this level, then I'm gonna stop out, right? But if price action just weaks, like comes down here, retests, but doesn't close below this level, then I'm still gonna hold the trade, right? So let's fast forward next. So right away we hit our 1:1 take profits, right? As you can see. Um, and let's keep going. And boom, we just hit our take profits too, right? And like I said, guys, usually I move my stop to like break even once I hit my first take profit target, right? So far we're on Wednesday and we have one trade and we have one win, right? So we have 2 more days. So I'm just gonna delete this and we're gonna go to Thursday. So far we are 2 on 2 trades for the week. And guys, personally, on prop firm accounts, usually I tell people to risk 0.5%, right? So let's say on your prop firm account, you have a 100K account, right? You have a 100K account on your prop firm account, right? And your drawdown is 10%. So your drawdown is 10%, which is 10,000, right? I like to take this drawdown and divide by 20, and this is how much you should risk per trade, right? So $500, which is the equivalent of 0.5%, right? So risking 0.5% per trade, right? So in this case, if we took no trades on Monday, we have a 0% gain, right? Tuesday, we have 0.5% gain, right? Wednesday, we have 0.5% gain. So far on the week, we are up 1%. This is on the funded account. Obviously, on the challenge account, some people like to risk more, right? Like 1% or 2%, depending on the setup, if it's A plus, in order to be able to pass the challenge fast and get funded, right? But I'll say once you hit the funding stage, there's no point in risking a lot, right? You just want to trade slow and steady and get your payout and get your refund, right? But I'll say on a personal account, I like risking 5%, right? So let's say you have a $10,000 personal account, it's gonna be the same thing, right? Divided by 20, so you're risking $500 per trade. But if you had $100,000 personal account and you're risking 5% per trade, this is gonna be 5,000 per trade, right? For me personally, if I'm risking 5,000 a trade, usually my entries are gonna be divided by 4, right? So I'm gonna scale into my position, right? Because I'm scalping, so I don't want to be wrong right away. So I want to be able to scale in gradually. If it's an A plus setup, then I have hotkeys and I just enter my position by hitting the hotkey like 4 times, right? Like for instance, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm in my full size. So let's keep back testing for Thursday. Um, Okay, we're almost at 9 a.m. So right here we're at 9:20, right? So the market is about to open. So just like we did last time, I'm gonna draw my levels, right? I'm gonna draw my levels down here, and I'm also gonna come to the swing high, which is here, and draw my level, right? Because we have a lower low here and we have a lower high here. Price action was broken down here. So I'm just gonna be watching to see what price does at market open, right? So right away we have a breakdown, right? So we're gonna be looking for a reversal to the upside. We're gonna be looking for the next green candle on the 5 minutes, the M5. So okay, looks like we have a strong impulsive movement in the market. Okay, so right away we have a hanging man candle, which is a signal we might be reversing, right? And we have our first uh, green candle. It's not a strong um, inverted hammer or spinning top candle per se, reversal signal. But let's just say we took our entry here. And guys, keep in mind, sometimes you're gonna get stopped out the first time, right? But that doesn't mean the trade is invalid, right? Because according to our criteria, we have a strong impulsive candle to the downside. We have fair value gaps like here, 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 and we have three consecutive red candles to the downside, right? So 1, 2, 3. In this case, we have 4. So I'm gonna set my stop loss to 20 points. We enter when the green candle closes, and then take profit 1 is gonna be 20 points. Take profit 2 is gonna be 40 points, right? So just to recap, if price action comes from our entry below here and wicks below our stop here, I don't have a fixed stop. I'm still gonna hold the trade, right? But if price closes below 20 points below our entry out of this range, then I'm gonna manually stop myself out, right? And like I said, that doesn't mean the trade is invalid. We can always re-enter. So let's hit play. Okay, it looks like we hit our one-to-one. Yeah, we hit our one-to-one uh, profit target, and I moved this to 1:2. So usually you hit your 1:1. You can, if you like, you can move your stop to break even. But me personally, I don't have a hard stop, right? But if this is you, you can move your stop to break even, right? So right there, we just hit our 1:2 profit target. We just hit our 1:2 profit target, right? So Thursday, we have one trade, we have one win, and we have 0.5%. That's for take profit 1. If you held to take profit 2, then you have a 1% uh, gain, right? Same for this. If you held to 1:2, then you're gonna have a 1% gain, right? For your prop firm. Or if it's the personal account, which I said I risk personally 5%, I scale into my positions, that's gonna be 5%, right? In this case. So we have one more trading day, so I'm just gonna delete this. And this market session indicator I'm using, you can just come here to indicators and you can type sessions. Oops, I spelled that wrongly. Trading sessions. There's quite a lot, but I think this is the one I use, sessions. But you can choose whichever one you like, and you come here. You have London session, New York session, Tokyo session, Sydney session, and you can just check the boxes of whatever session you trade, and you can input the time in which you trade. For me, it's going to be 9:30 to 11. So let's go to the last day of the trading week. Let's make this fast, and we're gonna go to Friday. Fridays usually, if I had a good week like between Monday to Thursday, sometimes I just take Friday off, right? Because we don't want to give back our gains we made during the week. Did I go ahead too fast? Okay, looks like on this day we probably had news. Because see, at 8 a.m. we had a huge spike. So, and we have a huge fair value gap below here. Okay, guys. Uh, so looks like price action keeps going up, right? Let's go back. So it looks like we have some liquidity around here and here, right? Uh, so we're just gonna draw our levels. So this right here is 9:15 a.m., 15 minutes before market open. So I'm just gonna draw my levels below here. Uh, so the market just opened, right? And we have a huge break to the upside. Sorry, we have 5 more minutes. Okay, so the market just opened here, and right away we can see we're in a strong uptrend, probably because we have buy stop liquidity sitting here, here, and here, right? So it looks like we have a strong bullish day, and usually most Fridays are very bullish. So we're going to be looking for a sell reversal. We have a strong bullish. Okay, this candle looks like an indecision candle, right? It looks like a doji. It looks like this. So let's mark our levels. If price closes below the red candle, then we're gonna take a sell. So let's watch what happens. Ooh, we might have missed the entry right here. Our stop loss to 20 points, and as you can see right away, we hit our TP1 and we hit our TP2 right away, right? But if you miss the trade, usually I'm not gonna chase when I miss the trade, right? I'm gonna wait to see if price retraces back to our entry, or I'm just gonna let it be, right? There's no point in like chasing the trade, especially when during the week we have 1, 2, and 3 winning days. So there's no point in chasing when you miss a trade, right? So let's see what price is gonna do. Let's move this, make the price automatic, and move this below. So this is only 9:45. Okay, we don't have a retracement. So as you can see, if you cut the trade right away, you hit your 1:1, and then 1:2 shortly after. And if you keep holding, because there's a gap below here from the last pullback point, which is this small right candle here, we cut a 1:4, right? But obviously uh, price action happened fast here, so from our backtesting video I wasn't able to like enter right away, right? So we're just gonna count Friday as the no trade day, right? But as you can see, the strategy still work, right? So guys, this is the strategy uh, in a nutshell. So the breakout, exhaustion, reversal, right? We have a breakout, Where's the this isn't my real chart, so I'm just using this. So we right here we have a breakout, right? We have a red candle which signals exhaustion, and then we have a pullback, right? So guys, if you want to learn more about this strategy, you can click the link in the description. It's gonna bring you to this page. So on this page, you're gonna be able to check out, right? So this is what I offer. If you want to make 10 to 40% profits a month, and you should join our chat room, right? We have Trevor here. He joined yesterday, right, to the Signals trading chat room. So you're gonna get access to all live trading alerts. You're gonna get the VIP tag in the Discord. Um, Obviously, this is for traders with a basic intermediate knowledge. Uh, you're tired of like scanning endless tickers or trading multiple instruments. You just want to focus on one instrument for clarity. It's already like 6 months into the year, right? So you're ready to own 2025. And obviously, you've saved up, right? You have enough in your trading account to be able to trade. So right here, we have daily signals from Asian session to New York session. We have entries, trade management, and exits. I'm gonna tell you what broker and the tools I use for my trade. I'm gonna share with you my best setups and the strategies breakdown, and also you can ask questions, right? Q&As. So you can just click the link down in the description, and you're gonna be able to have access to our trading Discord, right? So the trading Discord looks like this. So every day I'm gonna be sharing my trade ideas, live trading ideas. Also here you can see all the executions, right, including our profits. So if you're interested in joining, click the link on the video description, and I'll see you inside, right? If you have any questions, let me know. Cheers guys, peace.